nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. Cause I'm having too much fun tryna be myself. No, I'm not the type of chick that like to follow trends. I got a small circle, no, don't need a lot of friends. You know I gotta get this money cause I like to spend. I see you haters watching, so I just give you a grin.
How you guys doing? I'm back with another episode of Justheretovent. I'm actually going to be doing a review. I'm actually going to be doing all the reviews for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 because I finally got Bravo and it's given. I'm not watching episodes on YouTube no more and say what you want. Like, what? What's up? Pulling my weight up. My weight is going up. Like, that's it and that's all. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, the notification, share if you care, leave a comment, all of those things. If this is your first time here, like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell, and share if you care. And if this is your first time here, hit that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. I be feeling like y'all don't hear me, so I'm gonna say it again. Subscribe, share if you care, leave a comment. Alright, so where do we start? So the top of the episode, we start out, you know, they kind of just do their little things. They got their little taglines. You know, I don't know if it's just me. I feel like it looks like Sheree is getting Botox or she did something or is doing something. Tell me if y'all also see that. You got the scene. Sonya's inviting everybody to her husband's 40th birthday party. It's like a Harlem Nights theme is what it's going to be. Drew, well, we're going to get to her in a minute. Now, I want to start off with Sheree because she's is allegedly dating Martell Holt. You guys might know him from Love and Marriage, Huntsville, or whatever the show is, because I honestly have never seen one episode, nor do I know any of the people on it. The only people I know is that lady Monique, and I think she was on DC or another Love and Marriage, and I only know her because she used to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac, which I do watch. Now that I done dragged all that out, from the rumors and what the streets is saying, Marcel is not like a good guy. You know, he's a cheater, he's a liar, he's not a good, well, I ain't gonna say he's not a good parent, but you know, that's basically what they're saying about him. I personally don't care what anyone thinks or how they feel. I don't believe that the relationship is real nor sincere. It doesn't give me real, sincere relationship. There's no sexual chemistry. Like, and I know sexual chemistry and they don't have any. Okay? Like, so I'm like, do you really? What be making me mad though, honestly, is because yes, we understand that some stuff, yes, they create situations, but what you're saying in that moment is true. All right, cool. What's confusing and bothersome to me is like, how y'all gonna sit here and think we don't know that this relationship is fake? Stop playing. Like, y'all playing. Like, please. Martell is good looking. He's easy on the eyes. He's not my type. I'm not really into muscle bound people. I like a little meat. Or if you're not going to be meaty, then be like really toned, but like small, like a basketball player. Not like big, like a football player like Martell. I don't like that. That's too much. It's giving too much muscle. I don't like all of that. Now, aesthetically, they are pleasing to the eyes, both of them as a couple, but I just don't see it for them. I don't feel like they're sincere. He just gives me very much like he's a creep. I'm not really feeling him so far. Maybe I need to see more of him or maybe less of him. Who knows? But Sheree, the thing that bothers me about Sheree is that she just always seems to be like so shady, but it's like you have accomplished absolutely nothing while you've been on this platform, but making a fool of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yet and still you always coming for the one person, just like you was last season, who has not only taken advantage of the platform, but has made it work for herself, has launched several businesses, has created a real secure fan base from it. Like, I just want to know, why is y'all always coming for Candy? And as an outsider looking in, it seems like jealousy and envy, because I'm not saying Candy don't be doing her little slick shady stuff and saying her little, being a little, you know, doing her little sneaky self. But at the same time, she has tried to help all of them on that show at a point in her life. You know, she's always trying to put somebody on. She doesn't strike me as someone that's a hater. She seems like she genuinely wants everybody to win. And for someone to be that genuine, how can y'all hate off of that? And yeah, all y'all people, if y'all gonna comment, whatever, y'all can say what y'all want. I'm not on Candy dick. I am a fan. But there's other people I like on the show. But I just feel like when they come in for her, when she's not sending for them, it's giving just you're jealous. Y'all don't have nothing else to talk about. So y'all gotta come for the person that's been on the season the longest, that's also accomplished the most, that's also doing the most, that also is the most stable financially. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like y'all coming for her. Y'all look stupid because what y'all gonna say? Y'all always talking about her being a pastor. She's this, she's that. What is y'all doing with y'all lives though, Sheree? You still older and you ain't married either. You're also a divorcee. So what is you talking about? All right. So anyway, I just went off on a tangent because they be irking me so bad, and I can already tell this gonna be another season like last season when everybody trying to come for Candy, and I'm just like, let's get ready for it, honey. So Sanya's inviting everybody to a party. They had the little scene at the beginning with Sheree and Martell. And then we move on to Sheree got a visitor. It's from the newbie on the show. I think she's a friend of the show. Her name is Courtney. Apparently she's a jewelry designer. Who knows? I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as I saw her, like there was this one scene where she was like pouring wine. I'm just like, you thirsty? You never been in front of the camera. You look awkward. You're doing too much. Like all of your everything is just over the top. You can tell that not only is this your first rodeo, but you're trying to see to it that it's not your last. And honestly, you're coming off very desperate. But I digress. She's telling Sheree, apparently Sheree's bringing her in as her friend. She's telling Sheree, oh, well, I was hearing that Candy was going around asking people, do I know her? And basically saying that I was telling people that I was her friend. And it's like, I understand that you're worldwide and I'm a fan and I'm this and I'm that. And I feel like, why are you worried about me? Trying to make it seem like Candy was worried about her. Girl, please. Candy don't even know you. But we're going to get to that. Okay. Because like, girl, please sit down. You're annoying me already. And it's only episode 1. All right, then we go back to Sanya. You know, her family, they got that big house. And, you know, she's getting things ready for her husband's 40th birthday party. Candy has a scene where she's sitting down. She's talking to, I think it was Mayetta and Kenya about, you know, a little bit of drama that's going on with her husband, basically, because, you know, her kids are feeling like she's not spending enough time with them. She got that stress, and then she's trying to work. She got dates. He want her to help her with his projects. She feels like she's not as available when it comes time for them to work on something that is solely like his versus when it's something that's for him. And I can kind of see that. And I think Kenya gave her some great advice, basically telling her, like, you know, to compromise. And if he's feeling X, Y, and Z, then make sure that he feels secure and make sure that you're doing your part as the wife, you know, spending some time with him, making yourself available, basically. And I think that was good advice. And that's what made me feel like a little bit different about Kenya just in that moment, because it's like, okay, so you're not always a shady bitch all the time. You know what I'm saying? You do have some tokens of information and some good advice. Okay. Alright, Kenya, I can fuck with you real quick. Alright, so they talk about that. You know, Candy gets all emotional, child, start crying. You know, that little crying where you trying to talk, crackled voice. They always making fun of her with that, and it is funny, I'm not going to lie. It don't be funny in that moment, but it do be funny because it's like, as soon as you hear her start talking and crying, it's like, oh, here she go again. Like, girl. Enough. But so hopefully we gonna probably delve in and see more of that this season and what's going on with them. Apparently Kenya is still going through a divorce. This is the longest divorce known to man. She's still going through her divorce. Now apparently Mayetta done hooked Kenya up with somebody, some white guy or whatever. You know, shout out to Kenya. And she's basically saying like their dating makes her feel young, he makes her feel fresh, makes her feel alive. And she's giving like she's really excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he blowing it back out too. I ain't gonna tell nobody else. But she seemed like she really excited about it. And I ain't gonna lie, she definitely needed some dick. Because it's probably been some years since she had some penis unless she was getting something on the sneak. And ain't nobody know about it. But yeah, Kenya definitely needed some dick in her life. And usually when she's getting some penis, she's a lot more pleasant and, you know, easier to take. You know what I mean? It's not that I've ever hated Kenya. I always felt like she had the best reads, like sort of like Phaedra. But it just always did seem like for a while there in beginning season, she was like a little mean-spirited, was trying to like come off like a bully, you know. And it seems like, you know, ever since she had her daughter, I do see the softer side of her. I do see a different side of her. So, you know, good for her. I'm happy for her. Now, Mayetta's back on the show. she's talking a little bit more, so that's helpful because she was damn near a mute last season. Like, I'm talking about a mute. She was kind of just there as like a placeholder, but she's talking more this season. She's the one that hooked up Kenya with the guy. Like I said, Candy said she knows some people. I'm not feeling everybody's confessional looks, but we're going to talk about that at a later date. All right, so let's keep moving forward. Am I missing anything with the conversations? Oh yeah, so they had a little meeting. Candy did with her Candy Coded Click, like they always call them, and they was just basically talking about the situation with Martell. Don Juan is so messy, but they was talking about the situation with Martell, and Mayetta's basically sharing also, like, I had heard some stuff the streets was talking, saying X, Y, and Z about Martell. He was dipping into the deal with it, and the words of Wendy Williams with a few other ladies or women out there in Atlanta, which isn't hard to believe because I damn sure, what is hard to believe? The relationship with him and Sheree. That's hard to believe, okay? All right? I'm sorry. It's hard to believe. So we move on. They talking about that, and Candy's basically like, agreeing with Mayetta. Like, I heard some stuff too in her confessional. She said she felt like he was an opportunist. And before the show even came off, you know what I'm saying, came on, she was talking about that when he was like, pictures were surfacing basically saying like, this is not real. He has been known to be an opportunist. Maybe he was looking for an opportunity to get his, situation up, whatever. I'm not necessarily saying she was saying he was a clout chaser, but she was definitely making insinuations, basically saying like, he's looking for status and he's just trying to have a little bit more eyes on him, so that's basically what she was saying, which I don't think is negative, but please don't try to make it seem like we don't see that this is for publicity or for a storyline. Sheree, you don't never have a storyline. What everybody really want to know is, where is the Sheesh by Sheree site? That was what, just a storyline just for last season? You're not really interested in the business? And Candy has been dropping some real tokens about the business, basically saying like, hey, this is what's going on. Sheree's not really serious about it. And what I took that to mean, if you read in between the lines when she says she's not serious, it sounds like she don't want to come up off no money. It sounds like she probably want to do everything for cheap but want all this profit, because that when her site first came out, they were saying that it was outfits from Shein, and then she charging markup like 55%, damn near 80% markup on this stuff. And it's like, girl, immediately no. Because if you're going to be selling stuff for that, how can it at least be quality? Because when you paying for your Louis Vuitton and your Gucci Prada, I'm pretty sure it's quality. So don't be giving us no bullshit trying to make a coin off of us and our hard-earned money, okay? Because the people that support you is not going to be the rich and the famous. It's going to be the working class, like myself. And I'm saying all that to say is, will we just going to act like you didn't have that site up and that it's not up no more? We just going to forget about that? That's what we doing? All right, cool. You forgot about it. And then, all right, real quick side note, because I want to get back to Martell real quick, because they were still at the house, she had a cooking or whatever. And he tried to throw some shade at Candy and Ty, basically saying like, oh, they're not going to say it to his face. They both like 4 feet. Or he said they was 3 feet, which was funny. But it's like, okay, people that small, that don't mean that they are defenseless. Like, I done seen plenty of, look at David and Goliath. Taking it all the way back to the Bible, plenty of people that are smaller than bigger people that win physical altercations. So don't sleep on people just because you think you got the advantage, because the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Believe that. So he already irking me and giving me very much feminine vibes just by, trying to like throw some shade. You being catty. I don't like that. Stop. Your slip is showing. Alright, so they talking about Martell being a hoe, basically. So I could tell that that's going to be causing some drama between what is this lady's name, between Candy and Sheree. And then they cut to the scene with Marlo and her boys, and I'm gonna try to say this in the nicest way I could say it, because I don't be liking to feel like I'm coming at kids, because I'm not. But I do be feeling like all of Marlo's scenes be desert. Or is it just me? Like, I be feeling like all her scenes be dry. Like, giving very much, all right, now it's time for me to scroll on my phone until your scene is over type vibes. Like, it's just very unexciting. And I'm not saying kids have to be exciting all the time, but it feels to me like she coaches them before the cameras get to her house. She's telling them what to say. I just feel like nothing is genuine. Everything is for show. And if you're going to do things for show, at least let it be exciting, because I'm sleep. I'm bored as hell with Marlo. I don't know why they didn't bring her back as a friend of the show and they keeping her as a main cast member. And then why we ain't see Drew the whole episode? So they must get paid by the episode. So I'm gonna assume that she didn't get paid for this episode. And if y'all wondering what I'm drinking, it's alcohol. On a fucking Monday night, you hear me? Okay. But shit, with the 3-year-old I got, almost 3-year-old I got, please. I spent an hour and 20 minutes when I got off of work sweeping spaghetti off the goddamn carpet because, and I'm talking about raw spaghetti, not like, you know, cooked spaghetti, but raw spaghetti because he's broke a whole box up on his room and he broke my vacuum to boot. So let's just say my shoulder's strong as shit right now. Alright, so where was I? Talking about... Alright, boring Marlo. Yeah, so her storyline is giving me very much dry. Alright, so we moving on. We getting ready for the party. Everybody's getting their little outfits together. It's a Harlem Nights theme. You know, and also, shout out to Candy for the KFC commercial. Y'all peep that? She had the little KFC commercial with Ace. I'm like, you know what, Candy? You turn everything into a financial opportunity, and I love that. I am a fan. I'm trying to keep watching. I'm trying to learn. I gotta get a good ass scene behind me first, like you got. But you are like the blueprint of how to turn lemons into lemonade. Even down to when they tried to drag you about the dungeon, you turned that into a tour. They was talking about you always liking to eat, and you was being friends with them for the KFC. Now you got a commercial. You is just, listen. She's a queen. Y'all, all y'all gotta do is just not bow down, but just stop hating. If you ain't gonna bow down, stop hating. And if you ain't gonna stop hating, learn something so your life could not be a mess. Okay? Because Candy be doing it. Now, I ain't saying she innocent, but when it comes to the business side, Candy is doing her thing, and can't nobody take that away from her. Like, y'all cannot take that away from her unless you just a hater. It's really just as simple as that. Sorry, y'all, I'm back. I had to go check my son real quick because he was acting like he was trying to get an ass whooping. That's what it sounded like. He was trying to get an ass whooping, but he's not, apparently, because as soon as I got up, he set his ass right back down. All right, so yeah, but back to Candy. You know, she got that little KFC commercial. You know, she just got nominated for an Emmy as well as a Tony, so shout out to her. Now, it's going to probably be a while before she get an Oscar, unless they give her one for like a song she wrote for a movie or something like that. That's the only way I can see her getting one. Not saying she can't get it for acting, but I don't see that for her, being honest. When you got people waiting years that are good as Denzel Washington to get an Oscar, I don't really see it for Candy, but I mean, I don't know. She's made people be wrong in the past, so maybe I'll be wrong here. Alright, now let's hurry up and get through the episode. Alright, so you got the little side jokes, you got the little confessional shit, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. Now we are getting to Sonya's party. We're getting ready for Sonya's party. They trying to pick out some outfits. I really, really loved Candy's hair and that little braid look, but I like that braid look anyway, so I like that hair. Dress was cute. She looked nice. She just looked good. Kenya looked okay, but I just was expecting more from her because she always shut it down. Marlo looked great when she came to the party. What pissed me off is that this was Ross's freaking 40th party, right? And she said she spent $100,000 on the party. And even Candy said it looked like she spent some money. But Candy threw a little shade because, you know, she getting the most coin on the show. It was like, you know, she ain't on the level of my party yet, bitch. But she well on her way. That's the best shade because it's just like, you giving me a backhanded compliment, right? But it's like, it's still a compliment, so I guess I'm going to take it. That shit was funny as hell. Like, bitch, you funny as hell, Candy. Alright, so when it was time for them to make their grand entrance, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Because Sanya was outdressed by a lot of them people at that damn party. Is it just me? And then Ross, him being handsome saved him. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Him being handsome saved him that night. Ralph showed up looking like, you know, Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph is handsome. He not my type because his head is too perfect circle. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like a circle head, but he is good looking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I know he cool with Ty, but I don't feel like y'all cool enough that you should have came to the party without your wife. But I mean, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Tell me how you think I'm wrong for saying that. I don't know. I just feel like maybe he shouldn't have came without his wife, because just like, who was it that said that in the confessional? I think it was Kenya. She was just basically saying, you talking about a family emergency. Hello, you're part of that, and it's like, yeah, y'all married. You is part of that. The fuck. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, why you think she wouldn't need you there for emotional support? I don't know. Why is men so stupid? Like, they be acting like they retarded. Like, you gotta sit there and write everything down to these clowns. Like, are you stupid? Are you slow? Or are you dumb? Which one of the three? Because you're one. The fuck? So anyway, he there. He looked good. Nice little suit jacket on. He looking all right. Alright, now we having conversations around the room. And Sheree and them was over there talking. Basically, Kenya was trying to say, like, you know, Martell had slid into her DM. If you watch Candy speak on it, she explained that he did slide in DM, but you could tell that either he deleted the message or she never accepted it. But whatever it was, something happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? He did reach out to her. Now, we probably will never find out what to say, because, you know, Kenya going to drag it and make something more than what it is all the time. That's why we love her, because she knows that the show is supposed to have some drama, so she plays her role when she needs to. And I feel like this is one of those situations where she's just playing a role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to spice things up. But it's like, I don't feel like Kenya needs to do that, especially with this guy, because it seems like more than enough people are going to be coming out with stuff about him. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, they can't say that Candy has been caught, like, really lying, because I feel like she always is, like, pretty much up front. Like, she doesn't come off like a liar. She's always giving the receipts, or she'll break stuff down. She says when she's wrong. You know, I could respect that, because a lot of people can't do that. I know I'm always, like, seeming like I'm just old praising Candy. I'm saying that because she's the focus of this particular episode, as far as, like, you know, I feel like people was always trying to come at her. Like, for what purpose? Like, y'all just jealous. Haters, I say. So anyway, she calls Martell over there. Sheree calls Martell over there because, you know, Kenya acting like she don't want to show the phone or the receipt or whatever, which I'm just like, girl, because you ain't got nothing to show. And call them over there. They start getting into it. There's a little drama now. Before all of that popped off, we get to the thirsty girl, Courtney. Child, like I said, I already can't stand her. Like, this is her first episode, and I just hope. And from Candy speak on it, I guess things do start to turn around with her and Courtney. I can only hope, because, whew, she done boiled my blood this first episode, okay? She already irked me. Like, I've never been immediately irked. Like, I was immediately irked as soon as she came on the scene. Like, as soon as she came to, what is that girl's house? Sheree's house, doing the whole drop down to the floor. I'm just like, I don't like it. Can you give me another one? Like, hell no, girl. It's giving no. Like, girl, please, no, just no, immediately no. So she, you know, not necessarily pulled Candy to the side, but I think her and Candy and Sanya were talking, and then, you know, she was kind of introducing Courtney to Candy. They spoke, whatever, and then Courtney just started not going in, but like, yeah, I heard you, or asking about you, telling people like, oh, you thought I knew you, whatever. And Candy's looking very perplexed and confused, which I also was, because, girl, bring it the fuck down. Bring it on down, in the words of Candy, okay? So she's like, yeah, I was like, I never even said that. Like, you know, I don't even know you, like, doing all of this head jerk, looking like a fucking Woody the Woodpecker. So I'm like, so Candy keeping it chills, like, okay, all right, well, I said that's not it. But then, you know, the bitch kept coming along. Like, Courtney just kept poking. So Candy was like, okay, so what is this energy? But the tone of when she asked her what the energy was is like, because, bitch, I'm already on the energy of getting ready to smack the shit out of you. So you need to be very fucking clear what energy you giving me right now. So she was like, you know, basically saying like, it's no energy. I just, you know, I don't have to clout chase. And like, when she did this little head bob, I guess that's what tipped Candy off, because Candy was like, you doing it again, bitch. Now, she ain't say bitch. I'm adding that, you know, because that's what I would have said. But she was like, you doing it again. Like, you know, all of this shit. And that's when, now, Courtney, I think, told her to like calm the fuck down. That's what escalated it, because she cursed. She was like, calm the fuck down. And Candy said, That's when Sanya stepped in between them. She said, I'm about to headbutt this bitch. Ty was standing there the whole time, kind of just waiting to see what was going to happen, you know, whether he was going to have her back, pull her back, break it up, let her fight, let her kick ass, whatever he was going to do. She was like, I'm about to headbutt this bitch. So she walking off. And people will try Candy because either A, they trying to sue her, they want her to ruin her businesses, and they just want her to get out of character because they tired of everybody saying, like, you know, she's about her business. Y'all be hating, y'all be jealous. So, like I said, she irked me in that scene, and I definitely feel like Candy could have took her because, you know, she's short, she's stocky, that bitch look like she's strong, and I know a Taurus will fuck a bitch up. I got a Taurus sister who I still don't play with, and I'm grown as shit, like, you know what I'm saying, but I still I'm not trying to come to hands with her if I don't want to do it. Now, granted, my hands done stepped up since I was younger, but I'm still on the fence because I done seen what she's capable of. And that's just real shit, okay? Sometimes you gotta know when to fold them, know when to hold them bitches, okay? Alright, so they get into it. So they basically cut it off, the whole scene, like, with it to be continued. I'm like, y'all tried it. Like, it wasn't even that deep. So all in all, like I said, it seemed like Mayetta has found her voice. Seems like Courtney is, you know, becoming part of the, what they was calling it, the talls against the smalls, like her, Sheree, her, and Marlo, like that's going to be their little group. It seems like Sanya is riding the fence. I'm going to need that bitch to pick a side this season because I understand you knew, right? But keep in mind, bitch, you done hung outside with Candy outside of the show. And I'm not saying that means that y'all got to be, like, kicking it besties. But I'm gonna need you to act like y'all be hanging out outside of the show. Because I don't see you hanging out with none of them other bitches outside of the show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Saying you get it together. Because you another one. Also, I like your sister. She's gorgeous. She's very pretty. She seemed like, you know, she could bring some drama, you know. I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see a little bit more about your family life and, you know, what's going on with y'all and everything like that. Definitely excited for that. Things that I want to see. I want to see them go on a couple of trips this season. I definitely don't want to see Candy open any more restaurants, please. I'm sorry. I love you, Candy, but that I'm tired of. I definitely don't want to see nobody fight because y'all too old to be fighting anyway. But I just want to see some good old-fashioned reads. I don't want to see any fake drama. I want everything to be real in that moment, okay? Ladies, you hear me? Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe, the notification bell, share if you care. Like I said, I'm going to be doing all the reviews for this season 15. I've never done the reviews for the show. The only reviews that I plan on doing on my station is probably for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I'll probably still be doing it for Raising Kanan when that comes back on. The reason I don't do it for Ghost Power Book, even though I do watch it, is because everybody is doing like reviews for that, and I try to like stay away from the algorithm, even though I know that helps me gain you know, subscribers and things like that. But I just want to, you know, this is the route that I'm choosing to take instead, okay? Yeah, so tell me what y'all think about the episode. I'll be back next week with my next review. Hopefully, I'll be doing it all on Mondays. And I'm going to see y'all in the next joint.